We now return to Let's Play SimCity 3000. Okay, it's time to deal with some of our garbage issues. First thing we're going to do, though, is situate the power. It's almost dead anyway, so it's time to get a new power plant. So I reconsidered what I'm going to do with this hill. I'm going to put another airport, mostly so that we can maybe get another level cap boost. But what I'm going to do for here is turn it into like a cargo airport, so it'll be an annex of the airport, but I'll put it up here. I was thinking of just putting it here, but then like the runways would conflict and whatever. So I'll do that, and then I'll extend those runways out, maybe add another landing strip just for fun. And then I think I will just place farms here anyway, even though they'll be within the radius of pollution. I think if I do ploppables, it won't make them abandon. And I also wanted to try making a much larger farm. You can see here, I've added these kind of vineyard-looking things that I attempted to look, and even though like up close they don't look good, from zoomed out, it actually does kind of add at least some variety, if nothing else. I also learned that when fields get devoured by the locusts, it apparently takes away their historical status, and you can just drag over the fields and it will delete them, and then you can just plop them back down. So that's fun, I guess. It made that easier anyway. I didn't have to go in and hand unclick the historical thing. I missed a couple here by the look of it. Anyway, so now that we got that done, let's clean this nonsense up. We'll keep this here. We will remove these. Oh, so first of all, what I should have done. So only one and a half. I think this one was being used. I need to know how many to replace them with, because the energy incinerators do just a little bit more. So we're probably going to be looking, and then I got, what, 9 recycle centers? Okay, let's go do that first. Probably looking at least 6. Let's go ahead and connect this up. And we'll come in here and we'll do some recycling centers. 3, 4. Why is my mouse being funky like this? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, and we'll just keep going down the hill with it, I guess. Do I have a reason? Yes, actually, yes. Let's go ahead and put in the rail. Let's finish off this idea here. So I wanted to use that subway to rail, but since it's actually a station, we could put it on the road and then people would actually go to it and or get off from it. Like it's not, I mean, as we can see here, that doesn't terminate into it anyway. Unless... yeah, it doesn't do that. I think it has to be maybe beside it? Or does it not even... Let me try one here anyway, just to, these are cheap. Yeah, it doesn't do anything special. Okay, so now that we've got that, we can effectively just... not that. Just bring it out the other side. And basically do the same thing here. Okay, let's... first of all, something like that. And then we could do rail out of this. Do I want to keep it there? Should we actually make it go closer up and along? because if we do this, it's going to get close. I mean, I'm probably going to make this do a little diagonal jank in here anyway. Oh, it doesn't like that. If we maintain the 4 away, gotta make sure I've still got 10. Yeah, actually that would run right by it. And I could put a rail station here. So people could, I don't know, drop off cargo for the cargo airport. Though it'd probably actually just have a rail running right next to it. At least that's how the City Skylines ones work. Okay. So then we just put like that, and then we put subway. I mean, that looks terrible. I guess it's probably just better to do this. I'm just thinking though, like if the rail were to turn into here, it'd probably actually at least look better to have it do this. Okay, that's a little better. Although it's right under the highway, whatever. So now, in theory at least, trains should go, right? That's not even powered yet. Yes, yeah, I have no idea, but we can just pretend anyway. Go ahead and put a train station out here, even though I don't see it's being used because it's gonna just have like farm. In fact, I mean that being 4 away. I mean, it doesn't really matter here so much. Yeah, let me see. So maybe if I were to bring that up to here, you'd have more realistic farm there. To get it to do that, this is going to have to be out of the way here. Alright, real expensive revisions here, but I think we make this look a little nicer if we do it the right way. Well, theoretically, I guess. I mean, we could do that, but then it's this airport. Okay. Ah. Okay, that's still not far enough away for the smooth. So it turns out I didn't need to delete that at all. But, I don't think I need to put... I mean, unless I'm going to do something here, I don't think I need to put a rail state. But then again, people do take the rails and jump off, and then... Well, we can put a rail on that side. Maybe. But I would have to make it pop out here. I don't know, right? Do people even connect to that? Alternatively, make that come up. Go there. Do a rail connector here, which is gonna be weird. Yeah, it really would be better to be there, wouldn't it? Because 2 is not enough to make a nice little... Let's see here, if you go like that, and then you go... Yeah, it's going to just do one of those, which is okay. It's a good thing I got so much money. Alright, whatever. We'll bury it and pretend it does not exist. And I'm just gonna fill in that space. I think my initial design idea was that the power line was going to go along the rail. I was not actually anticipating ever having a rail on this side. But anyway, there we go. And then if I do put a thing here, we'll just bump it out and do something else with this. So that I can get to the... whatever. Well, while we're here... We're supposed to be working on trash today, not the railroad. Okay. Do a little of that. That leaves me some good room now. Okay. Let's see. We got 3 now, and I deleted probably, well, be 9,000, probably 11,000, so that's at least 2 more. So I guess 6 is probably appropriate right now. Just give myself a drink. Gonna be expensive. You want to destroy the connection to the neighbor. Ah, right. Yes. Well. Boy. What are we gonna do about that? We weren't buying or selling power, I don't think. So that's not that important. But I could remake a connection if I really wanted to. Right, so for right now, we also need to put that power plant back. It's going to be super expensive. All my money's gone. Let's put it here for now, I guess. I believe everything should be connected. Just in case it is not. There. I also, while we're just throwing money around, wanted to deal with this so I could get rid of all the power lines in the area here. So we should be well situated now for power in the city. Although I've thought that many a time, and it's just never been the case. Just to make sure that we are in fact connecting ourselves. There. So now we should have contiguous power. Uh-oh. Really? Oh. I thought trash was popping up. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, there's probably a whole generation that this could be replacing. The thing is, though, when I go in here and I delete the dead trees and I put more back in, sometimes I accidentally end up deleting the good trees, or the good windmills, or whatever. So I've probably replaced half of these windmills already. And while we're here, why don't we do a little of this? I don't know if I could flatten that without that destroying stuff. No. No, I can't. I could bump another one out here. I was thinking of just using this alternatively rather than do that. Let's just go ahead and make more of these hills. They're out here kind of abandoned. Although to do that, I'm gonna lessen the effect of those. Alright, let's just flatten the spot. It'll be fine. Maybe not right next to that. There. Kills some of the variety. That's okay. And now this side of town finally looks normal. We'll leave some grassy spots. Just because. Okay. This situation. I mean, honestly, without some of that demand coming back, I don't know that I can justify... Oh, you know what we can do, though? Let's maybe lower taxes and see if we can incentivize some people to come in that way. I'm sure lowering it down further would actually be the best situation right now. We don't need these anymore. Yeah, so if we could get demand for commercial, that would be a great, or industry, I mean, that would be a great spot to put it. Let's not forget to put these into place. I could actually put another one here. I don't know that that's necessary. And then this side. No, it's got to be like this, and then that. There we go. Okay. Who the hell knows what's going to go over here? But we should probably... How to connect. I mean, until I get this stuff down, Oh, maybe I should just do it now. Because what I want to do is get that junkyard back in, but I want to leave myself plenty of room, because I don't think we're going to need to take up that much. I could just put it down just for the sake of it. But frankly, I think we're probably going to end up using more space for recycling yards than we are anything else. We seem to take care of the landfill pretty good. So, with that in mind, I guess I will just... Yeah, okay. I'll just pause and I'll put this in real quick. Well, let's see what we can do for the airport, if we can get that going in. Oh, goody, the neighbor. Alright. For some reason, the building maintenance guy decided to do some light construction after 5 o'clock on a Friday for some reason. It's great stuff. Okay, let's see. Now, I took the liberty of spending some time to build what I thought might be a little pattern for more realistic farms. There's this asset in here with some trees and concrete, but it kind of looks like a path, like a tree-lined path, and then put a little dirt in there and then surrounded it by hand instead of having it like right on the road like it always develops naturally. I mean, without this half, it looks a little bit more natural. I don't know, the mixing of fields in a single farm, I guess I just don't have that right, or maybe if I separated it, something like that. Anyway, we're working on the airport now, so now we've got to get some power to this place. Actually, we need to do a lot more than that. Well, we can see just how far that goes, I guess. Well, in that case, now that's going to be a little bit of an issue. Let's not actually do that. We're going to get this out here. Well, I guess temporarily we can give it a water tower as well. Just so I can make sure it actually is developing. Do you actually? Thank you. And we'll pull power from here for right now. Let's see if we can get this to go the right way. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. You can hold off on a minute. So let's do that. Okay. I'm not gonna subject you to building this again, so I will be right back. I guess I could have pre-built this ahead of time. It doesn't really matter, I suppose, which way this goes. In fact, actually, now that I think about it, this is not the right way. I need that to be over here. Alright, I'll spend some time making this correct. Alright, well, I expanded the airport, another runway here. This time, interestingly, it must have been because this was blocked or something, because it saw it as grass or whatever, but now planes will actually come in, they'll land, they'll come over here on the tarmac, they'll get back on the runway and take off, so at least they're using the runway, instead of just it being in a holding pattern and circling. And then here's our little cargo thing, just a very small little terminal, because this is just where you get your packages, little maintenance hangar, And then I added a little farm here to see if we can jump electricity over to this farm here. So let's go ahead and see if that happens. It does. Good. Okay. And then that just went back to neutral, so possibly this expansion has increased my limits again. Yeah, the problem here is that they don't go all the way. They don't even go to the cross piece. They just come to here, and then they start turning around. So I guess these are having some kind of impact on whether they'll actually utilize it, whatever. I'm not sure this actually looks better. I kind of liked it when it was small, so I guess that's kind of a lesson in how big that should be and all that. But whatever, whether or not you want one to be functional is a completely different matter. I suppose if I did not have that there and had maybe put tarmac along here, they still would have done it, and maybe it would have been okay, but whatever. So now these are 15 long, and that might be something about it too, because now that that's 15, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, so maybe they're considering this the regular 10, and they're not going the whole way. That's why they're crossing over here. I could maybe actually put one of those right there. Maybe that's where I should do that. And then maybe it would look natural that way. Let's go ahead and do. Wait for someone to cross. I was trying to space it so it looked better, but if they will actually land and look like they're crossing right there, I'm okay with that too. Let's find out. It looks like this guy's about to land. Maybe. Somebody's about to land, I'm sure. This one turned out a little bit better than this one. Again, I think it has to do with the mixing of the fields. It just doesn't look right. Okay, here it comes. Well, okay. Still crossing at the wrong place, but whatever. It's close enough. Okay, that's enough airport. How badly we screw ourselves on that one. Okay, well, it's going to get worse, but I think that this has also proven that these are not going to be overly impacted by the pollution. The droppables do not actually suffer from that. So, what I will do, I guess for now, is just kind of fill in the remaining of the fields. Oh, this one, okay. Apparently this is the only residential building of that stature. That's dense commercial, that's commercial, that's commercial. Is this the only dense residential that is a 4x4? Because that's disappointing if that's true. Yeah, I'll have to look at that. But oh hey, oh nope, that's the same building. That's the same 3x3 building. And I don't really see. That's very high, so that's getting there. I don't know how high it has to be though. I don't think it has to be astronomical in order to get the 4x4. But then again, I wouldn't actually know that. Oh, okay. So all the farm that I just put down sucked all the industry out of here. That's where it went. Well, you know, tell you what, since we're here, this is something I want to do anyway. let's not do like a complete... Let's do that. I don't want complete medium out here. Apparently forgot to destroy something there. Okay. So now maybe that'll bring back a little bit of demand, I don't know. I could potentially... I mean, I'm making so much money, I don't actually need a lot of tax revenue right now, so I could just lower industrial down to 1 and see what that does for growth, if anything. But I think what we need to do now that we've filled in quite a chunk, once I fill in this sector with farm, am I going to need that? I don't know. I'll save it and see if we can fill it in a little bit later. We've got 2 main regions I want to do. Just do a big ol' spam here, which I think, given how we've got demand, we'll do that. We'll fill in this neighborhood, we'll just grid it out and put it all in. And then we got this. I do want to continue on with this idea of the wind farms and whatnot, because, you know, that was the whole theme of the map that I was doing. So at least this part, I think I will do that road to connect up in here and finish commercial down here, but I think this part will turn into hill and another wind farm, and then I don't know if we'll do that here. This is pretty flat, and I could just drag a nice diagonal road here and fill that in with some more residential. Because even though I want to have more wind and solar and all that, we don't really need it. It took me so long to get here that we actually now have the fusion, and that is more than enough to handle everything we need. So we'll think about that. But I would like to get below the highway and get all that done, and then hopefully when we fill this in, it'll bring back industrial demand or something. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure something out, because I am out of options and ideas on how to expand that. Maybe I'll go ahead and fix this little airport down here too while I'm off camera there. Oh, but you know what? One thing I do want to do, fill in sides here. Okay. So yeah, we'll work on that. We'll fill in the neighborhood, finish that off, and then we'll just go from there. I don't know. I guess I'd envisioned this having farm out here, but since farm does eat up industrial demand, and we keep going into the negatives every time I do that, I don't know what the option is. I don't know what the solution for all of this is. I mean, we could keep cutting back on industry out here. I don't really want to do that just because I like the proximity for jobs. It lightens the burden on traffic. I guess that's the other thing too, is putting in subway and maybe getting that going. Maybe putting in like transportation options down here will increase land value. I know that proximity to services improves, like the aura and the land value and all that stuff, and it increases how likely they are to evolve. So maybe to get like the max level, well, no, that's not true here. I mean, maybe it's an either or. Like if you have really high land value, you'll get these kinds of buildings. Otherwise, you need to boost it other ways with transport options. I know transport options are part of what gets them at least to some nicer values. We could probably stand to use it anyway, because I think traffic is still pretty bad, at least in this part of town. I mean, it actually turned out great over here. And this new rail line that I put back here is actually now really, I mean, holy crap. Now that people know about this shopping center, they're actually coming out here on the rail to get to it. Kind of funny. Oh, and then... no, that's a power line, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I have never been at this situation before. I usually end my cities way before I have problems getting demands and all that, so I don't really know what to do here. But I think, like I said, filling in a bunch of this stuff, getting tons more residential and all, I think will probably create the kind of demand that we need. Where are we at on unemployment? Unemployment as it's 0, so that's that indicates we have way more jobs than people. Look at the funds. I mean, we blew through $300,000 just to do a bunch of nothing. Simoleons. Yeah, so there are way more jobs available, which is weird because I never thought that farm actually took up that much, but apparently it does. Whatever. Yeah. Build around here, build maybe a shopping center around the lake. Everything else will just be residential. Then we'll see what happens there. We still need to rebuild the theme park here into something acceptable. This is just gonna be, I don't even know what. Well, whatever. It's coming along. We're almost there. So I will end this one here. I will see you next time.